Ohayo gozaimasu. Is the background music okay, or is it too loud? Gosh, I stayed up like way too late yesterday, and then I realized I had to be up at like in 4 hours, and at that point I was just like, can I not just cancel the morning stream? Good morning, hello. Like, I thought about canceling. Maybe I'll lower the instruments a little bit more. Okay. I thought about canceling this morning stream actually, cause like I was up until 2:30, and then I was like, oh, I gotta be up at 7, which I wasn't. I was still rolling in bed at like 7:20, thinking it's fine, I'll make it for my stream. And like, then I realized that was actually the problem. That was the problem I was having when I was like, because of work from home. Like, I used to be able to get up much earlier for work. And then because now I just roll out of bed and go to work, I keep going, it's fine, I'll just wake up 10 minutes before I have to do the thing, so it's a bad habit, I gotta stop doing that. Yeah, I was up until maybe about 1 something playing Apex. And then after that I had to figure out my schedule because I hadn't spent any time thinking about it. So, yeah, so I managed to sort out what I wanted to do for the rest of the week. And then after that, I can't remember what I had to do, but for whatever reason, I was up until 2:30, right? It's just too late in the night. I'm not good with staying up so late, even though, like, I think the problem is, like, if I stay up past 1 a.m., all my friends from like the other side of the world are like suddenly active again, and then I get too excited and I don't want to sleep because, like, you know, these friends that I never get to talk to, they're awake. I think especially with like friends in like European time zones, there's like the sweet spot of hours that like I coincide with them in terms of free time, which is like usually late at night for me because that's when like they get off work or school. So yeah. Hello, good morning. Oh, I was like watching videos of people doing like the Xbox unboxing, and then I was like, you know what? As fun as this looks, I still think I'm not buying an Xbox. I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting to see what games they have though, because if any like really good games that I want to try become Xbox exclusives, I might get it. But I doubt it because Microsoft's got that whole like play our games on every platform, everything going on. So I don't even think they have exclusives. RIP to Europe. EST to JST is like 13 hours, so it's hell on weekdays, but good on weekends. Yeah, EST to JST. Yeah, I have a 12-hour time difference to JST. So, I mean, to EST. So, it's like I always see them online. Like, we can always chat, but like to plan for like any like collab things, it's kind of difficult because like when I'm free, they're not free, and when they're free, I'm not free. And even on weekends, I tend to have a lot of things to do in the morning, like up until like maybe about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So that doesn't work for like EST people because that means like that's until like 2 a.m. I'm not free until like after 2 a.m. their time. So it's kind of a mess. But like me and Usami, we managed to plan something. So hopefully everyone looks forward to it. We're gonna be drawing and chit-chatting. So it'll be chill. Yeah, it only works because I don't have work that day. Like I took days off, so like I didn't take it off for VTuber VTuber things, but it just so happened to work out. Like, I'll probably like slot in random weekday days off like this as well, because it makes it easier for me to sort of plan things to do with people. Like, I always hear about people saying weekends are when they have the most free time, but like for me, I find I actually have the least amount of free time on weekends because I try to do everything I want to do on the weekend. Like, there's just like a million things I'd like to do on the weekends, and there's just not enough hours, and I'm always not home. Like, people doing like their endurance streams on the weekend, and I'm just like, but I'm not home from like this hour to this hour, and then from this hour to this hour I have to do this thing, and then from this hour to this hour I have to do this thing, and then I'm not home in the evening, so it's like, I can't do an endurance stream on the weekend either. So I don't think endurance streams will ever really be a thing for me. Like, it's not that, like, I feel like the concept is quite fun because it'll be fun to see how long I can talk before I drop dead. But I think like for people who have a lifestyle where they mostly do nothing, like, you know, hikikomori or hikikomori or hikikomori or hikikomori, I think like weekends are probably fine. You can probably sit in and do nothing for the entire weekend. I like going out for sunshine, but of course, remember to wear your masks. I feel like the going out situation is very different depending on the country you're in as well, right? Cause we're still technically in like relaxed quarantine here, so like businesses are open, but there's a lot of like very strict regulations in place. Like you can't enter premises without a mask. You have to do like the contact tracing check-in and things like that with the app and stuff. So it's but like, I mean, mostly things that you were able to do before COVID happened are fine. Like, I was planning on getting my hair cut sometime this week, so oh gosh, my second alarm went off. It was like I set an alarm 10 minutes past 7:30 to tell me, like, just in case I overslept, that you're late for your stream, clown. But like things like going out to eat and stuff, it's like it's totally fine now here, but though like lately the amount of cases in my country is going up, so a bit concerning. But it's not nearly as bad as it is in the West yet. I think maybe because everyone take a bit more precaution here. It's like whenever I see people like starting campaigns on why wearing masks is useless, I just guys, it doesn't take that much effort to wear a mask. Oh yeah, I bought these like these new sweets. Wait, I want to eat it now. Instead of breakfast, I'm gonna eat sweets. Extremely healthy. Don't eat breakfast like me. Okay. I bought these like sugar-free sweets, and like they're like coffee flavored, and they taste exactly like this coffee sweet that I really like our locals. I think it's local. I'm not sure if it's local or it's like from another Southeast Asian country, but it's called kopiko, and they're like coffee candy. And this sugar-free one tastes exactly like it. It costs like 3 times the amount though, because you know how like things marketed at stupid people on diets are like always 3 times more expensive. Candy. Yeah, I'm in Florida. Florida, I like Florida. I haven't been there in a very long time. I say that like I've like been to Florida, whereas like the extent of me going to Florida was going to Disney World and see what's it? SeaWorld? The one with the animals. That one. That's my extent of Florida. I've been to Disney World like twice. I don't think I've actually like seen like actual Florida. Kopiko, do you do the one with the milk with the 2 brown color? Oh, those are yummy. No, normally I do like the black one, like the original one. I like that one the best. But like the milk one's not bad. No, oh gosh, speaking of Disney World, right? I don't really I vaguely remember my first time. The first time I went, I was really, really young, so I only like vaguely remember it. But the second time I went, I was already like a teenager, right? So I still have like quite vivid memories of it. And like I remembered because like we're an Asian family from Asia, and then we went there, and then we ordered, I think we ordered like a pizza set from like one of the restaurants, and we ordered like 1 set each, right? And when it came, the pizza was like the size of 2 heads, and we were just like, wait, this is one person's portion? So then like we struggled to finish the food, and then after that we were just like, we're not riding roller coasters after this because we're full of pizza, because we're also stingy because it was expensive, right? So we're just like, we're not throwing the amount we can't finish, so we like forced ourselves to finish the lunch. And then subsequently, like, because it was just like my 2 parents, me, and then like my siblings, they're really young, so subsequently it just became like buying 2 meals for the entire family. It was oh, and the other thing, like you know, like they had these stalls that sold like roasted turkey leg, right? And that damn turkey leg was like the size of my face when I was a kid. So I was like, oh, this is a big chicken. Yeah, but like other things like that like really like shocked us, right? We didn't really like, we ordered this, my dad ordered this 1 burger set thinking like it would just be like the standard, you know, 1 burger, 1 fries, 1 drink from like McD somewhere. And then when it came with 2 burgers, and my mom was just like, why'd you order 2 burgers? And my dad said, no, that's the set, that's the only set they have, it comes with 2 burgers. We were so shocked. Like, also their burgers are bigger than the ones you get here. Like, I swear circumference wise they're actually bigger. Anyway, that was like true culture shock. Like, I don't even think it's just culture shock. I think it was just like the shock of realizing how much people there eat. And then, oh god, but the 2 burgers thing, I never got over it. And then like it came with like Coke, like, and the cup was the size of my face. Like, I feel like I keep using that term, but like everything I ate there like felt like it was the size of my face. But you know what? At least you guys never go hungry. Like, sometimes here I'll order food and it's just like, I mean, it's okay, but then after I finish it, I'm still hungry. Like because there isn't enough, I don't know, food on the plate. Because they think we're sad and we don't like food. 1 turkey leg can feed 2 kids. Yeah, they were huge. Like, I couldn't even finish a single turkey leg to myself. Like, I definitely couldn't do it. I'd probably get sick of eating it before I finished it. But like, there's a lot of food in America that like you can't really get here that I think is really good. Like, I mean, nowadays you can, but it's like super marked out pricing. But like, I really like New York style pizza. Like, you know, like the really fat ones, but like they're thin, but then like they're not like crispy, they're just like, I don't know, it's just like more cheese than bread kind of feeling. And you can get shops selling New York style pizza here, but it's so expensive. Like, it costs the same as it does over there, but like converted price. But like, relative to how how much our currency is worth here, it feels like I'm paying like $15 to eat a slice of pizza. Like, that's how it feels like for me. Like, it feels like paying 15 American dollars to eat a slice of pizza because of like the currency exchange thing. So like, every time I hear about people saying, oh yeah, pizza slices are really cheap here, like that's why everyone eats them when like they're broke and have nothing better to eat. I shouldn't talk about food when I haven't eaten breakfast. But like, I don't even eat breakfast that often these days. Like, I tried doing what's it called? Intermittent fasting. I keep getting the times wrong, so I've just given up. But I just periodically skip breakfast whenever I remember I shouldn't be eating breakfast. Today's not one of those days because I'm eating a sweet. Oh yeah. So like yesterday I tweeted this, right? Wait, let me find the. Oh, it was so funny. Like, I lost my mind when Getsu sent me this, but like, so yesterday, yesterday I tweeted this image and I was just like, I wish I could explain. And the truth is, like, I can't, right? Getsu sent me this, like, work in progress. And I was just like, wait, what does that mean? Cause I sure didn't put that in my requests. But turns out I think she just spelled ahoge wrong, like ahoge. I think she just spelled like she was supposed to write ahoge. I mean, they are. There is only one letter difference, I guess. I was a bit concerned. I was like, what does that mean? Gosh. But yeah, she also said that. Oh wait, she also said that she might be finished with the model like this week. So I don't know if I want to rush the debut this month, but I might try. Oh whoops, what did I do? So I might, but I'll wait until like she's done with the model before announcing when I'll do my live 2D debut. But I think most likely I will do it on Twitch, and then I will post the VOD on YouTube, and then like post like a short and like scripted intro video on YouTube as well. So yeah, that'll be fun. But like she keeps sending me like the work in progress, and I'm always just like, oh, it moves. And then when she sent me the one of it like doing the mouth movements, like I subconsciously started opening and closing my mouth, like going ah. I was like brainwashed by it. I'm really curious to see how it's gonna look like when it's actually rigged. Because like right now she's just showing me like the movements from Live 2D itself. But yeah, I think she's working on like the hair animation right now, so it'll be fun. There's too many components to my hair apparently. Like I think she told me there was like 10 layers alone for just my hair. I was just like, oh okay, I see. I think everyone that draws for live 2D are insane. Like, you have to think about all the parts that you can't normally see that you only see when people have like moved slightly, and that's like insane. Like I saw, what was it, BS Apricot's rig, right? And like, you know how their horns, they're rigged so it kind of looks 3D, and then I was just thinking, she probably had to draw it so like, even like, so like she had to think about how like when it turns you will see like the horns behind, like the spirally, the how it twirls behind, and I was just like, oh, that's so much, that's so much thinking. Getsu is mama and papa, yes. To be honest, me doing like VTuber things was mostly because she wanted an excuse to make model, and then she at first she was supposed to do one for herself, but I don't know what happened to that. Like she drew the entire design, and then she just like got angry at rigging it because it was her first attempt and it didn't turn out the way she wanted it to, and then she just got mad at it, I think. I don't know, I think she's like lost interest in doing VTubering herself. Oh god, VTubering sounds so bad. Don't say that. Like VTubering, it just sounds like tuber. Okay, don't say that. But yeah, anyway, she got sick of doing that, so I think now like she's just focusing on my model. I'm not sure if she'll eventually do her own model, but we'll see. But like mostly this is because she wanted to rig a model, so she drew the model. It's so weird. Like most people like draw because they want to see their art move, but I feel like her end goal was more to rig it. Like she wanted to learn how to rig, so she drew the model. But I'm not sure. So technically the character design is not her. It was like a combined effort between me and Hana, Hana Kue from she streams art on Twitch. She's really awesome. But it was like from a long time ago we designed the character, and then get to like sort of improve. Like she updated the design for this like 2020 version. But yeah, like the things like the braids that like fade to like black and stuff, that was like Hannah's idea, like because she wanted it to be a bit like a seal's tail and stuff like that. So it's sort of like Gijinka style, so it's quite fun. Like that was really fun to think about. So like in all technicality, I have many mamas, but but like by the most like direct terminology, how like most people call like the mama the person who draws the live 2D model, then it's Getsu. Getsu is a single parent. But yeah, I would show a bit more of the model, but like I feel like there's more hype in waiting, so I've shown like bits and pieces of it here and there. But probably we'll wait until like it moves. Like I'll probably like preview it on Twitter first. So but there were so many debuts happening over the weekend. Like I couldn't keep up. Oops. Sorry, that was real mom. Debut subathons equals no sleep. Yeah, there was a lot. Like I popped in and out of people's subathons or like all night streams. It was really like I don't know how they were doing it. I was only ever in any of them for like 10 minutes at longest. And everyone seemed like they were dying. feel like the subathon culture is actually quite unhealthy because it's like encouraging people to like not rest. And then like now I'm seeing a lot of people like who are like waking up like zombies because they did a subathon and then like they missed like 2 days worth of life because they passed out. Yeah, I think the debuts are okay, but then like Holo Yen did like that like back-to-back thing, so nobody slept for like an entire day, which was nuts. I watched like bits and pieces of it, and then I watched the collab. I felt like the collab was quite fun, but I feel like individually I'm not terribly invested in any of them yet. I'll have to see. But in general, I don't really watch female VTubers anyway, so it may not be my thing. But I'm very excited for like there to be like major how to say professional. That's not really the right term. Like I would say commercial, like major commercial agency type English VTubers. I think like it would also like spread the interest in general. Like I know people were like thinking, oh, it's gonna detract from the interest of EN VTubers, but I actually think the opposite's gonna happen. Because like for example right now, the reason there's such a big boom in EN VTubers isn't because people have been watching EN VTubers. It's because people have been watching JP VTubers and they're like, oh, it's so easy to become one, because they like start looking into it and YouTube will start recommending them videos like how to become a VTuber and things like that, right? So I think that it'll actually have a more positive effect on like it won't detract from people who will like start supporting EN like indie VTubers. Like that's just my opinion. Like I see a lot of people like worrying like, oh, don't forget about the indie VTubers. I'm like, y'all don't really need to worry. I don't think the community overlaps, and if anything, it'll attract more people to support indie VTubers rather than detract. Like people that already support indie VTubers aren't gonna stop supporting indie VTubers just because there are major ones now. I don't know. Like I saw people saying like, you know, like they feel like there's a pie and then suddenly like the professionals come in and they've eaten like half the pie, but I'm just like, no, I think you're just eating 2 different pies. And like it's sort of like the people who are gonna eat the pie from the professional ones suddenly realize, oh, there's lots of other ones that we didn't know about because we didn't know English VTuber things were a thing. And then now that they do, they're gonna start looking into it. And I think that's actually what's gonna happen. Also, I feel like there's gonna be like double the influx of people who want to do EN VTuber things. So and that's just how I feel about it personally. Like it normalizes EN VTubers more, I think. Kind of like Pokey, because some JP fans' view on EN VTuber is they kind of see them as a joke, I think. Yeah, I think that's true as well. Like especially because, but it's actually very strange to me to think that, because the indie VTuber scene in Japan as well is extremely huge, right? So I don't really get like this. I definitely think there is like a culture difference between like, because the EN scene, our streaming style is definitely gonna be more inspired by our English streamers, right? So, you know, just because you're a VTuber doesn't mean you're magically gonna stream exactly the same way the Japanese people do. No, you're gonna do your own memes. You're gonna, you know, match your own culture. You're gonna play games that your culture enjoys more. You're gonna joke about things that people in Japan won't understand. And I think that's what makes EN VTubers appealing to English-speaking audience, because there are memes that you understand better. Like, you know, if someone says pog in the chat, everyone understands what that means. But if you say pog in the Japanese chat, you're like kind of treated as, oh, this weird English person in the chat. Ugh. And actually, like, I do feel that as well. Like, because I watch mostly Japanese VTubers, right? And sometimes in the live stream chat, the English fandom will come in. And then they'll leave really, like, I would say, like, stream talk that is very localized to Western fandom, like Western streaming culture, they'll like say things, they'll chit chat with each other in the stream chat, which is things that you do in Western streams. That's normal, you know, like it's not weird to talk to other people in the chat or like converse with other people in the chat in like English streams, right? But in Japan streams, that's very like, it's considered rude because it's detracting from people who are paying attention to the streamer. So there's like a cultural barrier there. So in Japanese streams, it's almost considered rude. Like you can indirectly converse, as in like you mention a topic and everyone responds to that topic that's related to the stream, but like you don't talk to each other in the chat. That's not a thing. So whenever that starts happening in Japanese stream chat, it gets a bit uncomfortable because like you can tell like the Japanese people are thinking, oh, these stupid gaijins are at it again. And like it's also a bit embarrassing because I can understand it, and I feel like, no, I get that you guys really love this streamer, but like it almost feels like you're not respecting like the culture of the chat. So I think it's just complicated, like but I think it's good though that there are a lot of like Japanese speaking VTubers, like the professional ones, that are very welcoming to their foreign fandom. Like ones I can think of is Yukoku Roberu from Hollow Stars. Like his Western fandom made him into a meme, and then after that he was just like, he just rode with the meme. He was like, oh, that's cool, I'm a meme now. And it was really interesting because I think there was like an issue where like some of the Western fandom were concerned that like he hated the meme, and actually was like, no, I feed the meme, it's fine, y'all can keep calling me your winning son, it's fine. That was really funny. But yeah, there are a few who are welcoming to it, but it's like I just it's very strange for me to see as well. So I think it's good for English fans to be able to communicate with English speaking VTubers. Yeah, like having it normalize EN VTubers as a whole, I think that's a good thing. So I don't know, I don't see anything bad coming out of Hololive EN. I just I mean, I can already tell like they're putting a lot of investment into like promoting them and stuff, so I think they'll do okay. They'll do just fine. I heard some people talking about like, oh, will they ever like add guys, right? And to be honest, I feel like that chance is very slim because Hololive doesn't give a shit about their guys. So far from what I understand, to be honest, for most of the Hololive guys, they're not any better than the average indie VTuber, to be honest, because a lot of them have to organize their own collabs and they have to do a lot of things for themselves. So I feel like there's a lack of support system for them. So if for the Japan side they're already not supporting them, I don't really see them introducing male VTubers for Holo EN, but we don't know what's gonna happen. They may consider it because they realize the culture is different, but there's that other thing, like I see an increasing amount of like indie agencies that are coming up, right? I know in Malaysia there's one. And then I know, like, I saw, like, what was it? The Shira Yuri production. Like, I think a lot of people are, like, trying to go for, like, organized content producing. Which I think it's not a bad thing. Because from what I've noticed, if you're indie, you end up having to think of a lot of things by yourself. And it sort of detracts from the time you can dedicate to creating your own content, because you have to end up thinking about, like, you have to do the planning, you have to do the scheduling, you have to do the designing, you have to do everything yourself, right? And there's no one to help you with that, or like, even if you can get someone to help you with that, it's a favor or it's a commission or something. And at least, like, if there's some kind of agency, there's like a proper support system, like maybe promotioning, like thinking up captions of promotions, working on thumbnails, you know, things like that. Like, they can help you with that. I think it's not a bad thing, like especially if you don't really know how to do any of that. Like in my case, I have experience with like using streaming software and stuff like that, so it's not too bad. It's just learning how to use it properly. Like thankfully, I think, because compared to when I used to stream like years ago, OBS has gotten a lot more user friendly. Like it's very easy to use nowadays. It's almost like stupid easy how to use the software. Like you would have to be like an idiot if you couldn't figure out how it works. Like I do think some features they hide it and it's a bit confusing, like how to change like your scene transition style, things like that. But otherwise it's quite easy, so I don't know. I do think like having a fixed community where like people, like, you know, you drop somewhere and you know like everyone there is friends with each other. It's easy for like people to access as fans as well. Cause like as it is, cause I'm still sort of like on the outside of like the EN VTuber scene, right? I'm just like vibing. I'm just vibing in my corner. But like I see people like mention like their circle of friends, but like I don't really have an idea who's in the circle. So I'll be like, okay, so there's this group of friends, and like I vaguely know that like say person A and person B and person C are in it, but then like I don't know who else is in that group. Oh, Ben! Hi! Good morning! Or, well, good... It's really late there for you, isn't it? OBS is... I mean, I think, like, the first time it's sort of... You need someone to explain what each feature does. But once you figure it out, it's probably not too bad. For me, it took me a while to figure out how to get the chat box to work properly. Hello! I'm so excited for your streaming things though. I'm glad you're doing it now. Like, everyone meet Bean. They're like one of my favorite art friends. I love their art. It's always so cute and vibrant. Yeah, but anyway, back to the topic. It's like, you know that there's like circles of friends, right? And like, it's not that I don't want to be friends with them, it's just like I don't know how to breach the friendship circle. Like, you know that there's a circle of friends and you're like, oh, I'm on the outside, I guess. Then like you're like, oh, I guess I gotta find my own group of friends. And then but it's not very clear to like on a viewer point of view, like who's in these circles. Like nobody makes like an organized, like, let's say a Twitter account to like follow all of these people and then like retweet their work, which I think would be quite cool. Like, even if it's not an agency, just like a fixed place where you can find everyone from these groups. So I think that would be fun. That would be something like worth considering in the future, like if I ever... But I don't want to form like a circle. I feel like that limits me a lot as well, because I do know like even people within like companies or circles, it doesn't matter. Like they can collab with whoever the hell they want, right? Like there's no problems there. So like I always see things like Hollow Stars boys like collaborating with like Niji Sanji people. So like even on the corporate level, that's not an issue. But yeah, being friends with everyone, I feel like that's not something I personally want. Like I just want to be friends with people I get along with. Like I don't necessarily need to be friends with everyone. I can remain as a fan or a follower. Like, you know, there are like people in the community where it's like they're so popular and you're just like, sometimes it's not necessarily that I want to be their friend. I just want to like keep supporting their content. You know, it's like, if anything, it's a bit weird if they notice me. It's like, oh no, don't notice me. I am just a humble simp. It's hard to be in a circle and collab with everyone because you're always closer to your circle. Yeah, I guess that would make sense because you probably like talk more to like people in your circle as well, like because you'll have your own like chats and Discord and stuff like that, right? But I think that's the other thing about like EN VTuber things. It's like, how do you communicate with other people? Like, it's like sometimes you're just like, in my case, I'm always like, I feel like I'm always watching from the outside. Like, which I don't mind. I quite enjoy it because like I'm not really in a hurry to like do a lot of collab streams because I'm still trying to figure out like how to do things myself first. And I feel like collab streams are something that to think more about like as I progress. Like for me right now, it's more important for me to build a viewership that wants to watch my content because I'm doing it. Like I feel like collabs are great. Like I think that's how a lot of Ian VTubers are like getting like their names out there because they're joining collabs and then they have friends who are more popular than them hyping them up and stuff like that, which is awesome. I think that's really great that there's a support system like that. But like I also feel like because of that, a lot of times you don't really know like a VTuber for who they are themselves. So like that's why I'm doing like these pre-debut streams as well, like because I'm trying to figure out like if there are even people who are interested in like listening to what I have to say, like just me alone, right? Because I think you can't be a sustainable streamer, like any kind of streamer, if people aren't interested in just you yourself. Like if people are only interested in you as a friend of somebody else, like that's not a sustainable model. So I think for me right now, like of course, like, I'm happy to do collabs. Like, I've been, like, you know, dragging people in to help me with my Apex streams. Or, like, I have, like, one collab planned with, Usami later this week. But, I think I'm not, like, in a rush to join in, like, a lot of, like, big collab game streams or anything like that. Because I think that would be more... It's not necessarily... I think it would detract from, like, me trying to build my own brand as well. I want to simp in peace. Yeah, like I just want to be a quiet simp, like just like quietly follow. To be honest, for a lot of Ian VTubers, I'm actually too shy to comment. But once in a while I decide to comment, and then I immediately feel bad. Like I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just continued to lurk. It's definitely hard when you don't have a prior audience either, since you don't know anyone and why should people interact with you and not other popular VTubers. Yeah, I think the number one thing is, especially when you're first starting out, like, is just basically trying to sell yourself. Like, what is it you have that's different from other people? Like, why should people like listen to your content? Why should people be your friend? I think that's like something you have to like figure it out as you're going. But I find I'm okay at selling myself. I'm actually very shy. I know, like, from someone who can talk this much, it doesn't sound very convincing, but like, since like I've been talking nonstop for about 45 minutes. But as someone who talks this much, like, you wouldn't think I'm actually a shy person. Okay. See, I think people get very, like, confused. Like, they associate shy with being introverted, right? But that's not the case. I'm an extrovert. Like, I would say I lie on, like, the halfway point. Like, I am mostly extroverted, but I do have, like, some introvert tendencies. But, extroverted, like, I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy interacting with people. Like, and so, like, for example, doing this morning stream, like, I realized, at first I was thinking, oh no, maybe I'll make myself more tired by forcing myself to wake up early, right? But then I realized it actually wakes me up because interacting with other people gives me energy. So, I would say that's, like, a primary extrovert trait. Like, I have fun interacting with other people. It doesn't tire me out. But I am still shy. I get anxious talking to people. I'm the type of person where I don't like asking sales attendants for help because I'm too shy to ask them questions. Or like I don't like calling service centers because they ask me all these questions and I can't read their facial expressions, and it makes me very anxious. And I think in that way I'm shy. Like if I go to a party and I don't already have like let's say my group of friends around me, like if I go by myself, I would probably end up not talking to anyone because I'm too shy to approach other people. But like, if let's say I go somewhere and I'm not all entirely alone, or if somebody talks to me first. See, that's the thing. Like, somebody has to talk to me first, right? So it's like kind of what's the word in Japanese? It's like kind of mendokusai seikaku. It's kind of like kind of a troublesome personality. Is that the term? Troublesome? Pain in the ass? I'm kind of a pain in the ass because it's like, I want to talk to people, but I'm too shy to approach them. So I'm just like standing there. Hello, notice me, notice me, notice me. And then when they notice me, I won't shut up. Like, I don't have a problem when somebody like approaches me, right? But I don't want to be the one doing the approaching. Asking for help in stores or phones is hard, but talking is fun and comfy. Yeah, I agree. Like that's me as well. Like, gosh, especially like, I think especially with sales attendants, I'm really scared of them because I think most of them hate their jobs. So it's like every time I ask a question, I feel like I'm like making their life very difficult. Like that's what I've told myself, right? Like, you know, every time I ask them a stupid question and they have to take me like halfway across the shopping floor to get to it. And you're just like, oh no, I'm so sorry for making your life really difficult, even though you're just doing your job. Like, I always have this constant impression that they don't want to help you. Which I feel like is probably mostly true. Like, I think a lot of sales attendants actually hate their jobs. They're only doing it because they need the money. Which is fair enough, you know. But it is very scary. I think especially sales attendants for like shoe shops or like shoe sections, they fucking hate their lives. Like, because like a customer will be like, oh, can I get this in a size 7 and an 8 and a 10? And then they come back and I'm like, oh no, actually, can I get it in a size 6? Actually, I don't like this design. If I was them, I would hate my life. I've never worked in shoes, but like every time I ask for a different size, I like internally apologize. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry that you have to go back to that stupid closet and like pull out another shoe because I couldn't decide what I wanted. I really like buying shoes as well, so it's like a constant struggle. Like, this is why like I can't go shopping by myself because I'll never like actually ask for help for anything. I'll just like buy things off the shelf after trying them myself without asking anyone for help ever. But with shoe sections, you can't do that because they don't put all the sizes up, right? So you actually have to ask them for the size. That's actually why I like buying shoes at Clark's, because I know like the ones here they don't have it, but like when I was in UK, Clark's they put almost every single design in every single size, so you can just take them off the shelf and try them. You don't need to ask anybody any questions. But you know, of course, right now I haven't bought any shoes because I don't want to try public shoes on, because like, you know, it's like the germ thing, like the whole like COVID fear. Like, I don't want to touch things that other people have touched. I want to buy new shoes. I love buying shoes. It's like, you know how everyone has their like one fashion vice? Mine are shoes. Like, I don't have a good sense of fashion in general. Like, I would say I know how to dress myself so I'm not ugly, but I don't really have a keen eye for fashion. I don't pay attention to fashion trends. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. But I love buying shoes. Like, I really like buying shoes. So like, as an excuse to buy shoes, I often give away my older ones. Like, so that I could justify buying new shoes. I'll be like, oh, well, I gave some away to charity. Now I deserve new shoes. I think like there's something nice about a good pair of shoes. Like, they put you in a good mood because like you put them on and then you feel like really awesome. Like you know, you could be wearing like really like average clothes, but then you put on a nice pair of shoes and suddenly your feet look cute. And I think there's something like really powerful about a nice pair of shoes. But also, I think I just sound insane. I am just justifying my shoe addiction. Oh, the one thing I haven't gotten into though is like sneakers, like buying like sneakers and sports shoes. Like, I think that's I'm kind of glad I'm not obsessed with that, because I feel like that's like an endless pit once you fall into it. Like, I always see like friends buying like really expensive sneakers, and like they change it like seasonally, and I'm just like, good for you, but like I couldn't tell the difference between this one and the last one. It's just like slightly different colors. It's like sometimes I'll see pictures of it and then I see the price tag and I decide, oh, or I could not buy these because I'll probably be too scared to wear them out ever. Like, you know, like basketball shoes and stuff. They're always so cool. Like, I want a pair. I might buy myself a nice pair, like, just for going out and not for playing basketball ever. Like, do people even play basketball in these fancy shoes? Like, they're called basketball shoes and they are basketball shoes and they have all the functions for you to actually use them for basketball, but I'm pretty sure they're just designer shoes at this point. Like, you see them and like, nobody's gonna wear them to the court. Yeah, trainers are so expensive. Like, I think it's because it became a fashion statement. Like, they used to actually just be for like wearing for sports, but then like people started thinking like, you know, like the sports fashion trend, and then it just became its own thing. So, but I mean, like the ones I actually wear for sports, I also make sure they look good, because like I think, again, that's like the whole concept of putting on a nice pair of shoes makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you can do anything, right? But like when I see these really, really, really expensive ones, I'm just like, I would like probably like die if like any mud got on this. I would never wear it out for workout or like for a run or anything. I would never do it. I could never do it because they're so expensive. Like they would cost like, they cost like the price of half my kidney. One to play in and one to walk in. Yeah. Yeah, like I think that's the thing. Like I might buy a nice pair just to wear for walking. But then like what concerns me is because I have so many shoes, right? So I'm always wearing a different pair. So I probably wouldn't wear them long enough to break them in. And I wouldn't wear them enough. So like they would just sit in the closet. You know, they would sit there until I need them. And then, you know, the thing with trainers is if you don't use them very often, they start to spoil, right? Like, so I think that's another issue. That's why I don't really have walking trainers. Like, because they start to spoil if you don't use them. So like you do have to use them. Like you do have to like wear them at least like a few times a week to justify it. And I don't like, I don't know. I think maybe it's the weather in my country as well. Like it's always hot and humid here, so I don't like to wear shoes like that. I like wearing sandals and like open toe stuff because it feels less restricting on my feet. So like I like, even if like I go out to hang out with people, I'll wear like sandals or I'll wear like wedges or things like that. Like I don't want to wear trainers. Like it's not something I think about because like I'll be like, oh no, but if I wear trainers my feet are gonna sweat in there. Like it's just not high in my priority list. Basketball shoes are really heavy and not fun to walk in. Yeah, they're like, I've tried them on when I go to buy shoes and stuff, and they're just always really uncomfortable, but they look so cool. Like I think it's like the, you know, like the high structure of it, like because it comes up higher, and then like they have like the really bulky straps and stuff. It just looks really cool. It looks like kind of like almost like a boot, right? But really colorful. Which is quite cool to me, but then like every time I'm about to buy a pair and they're really expensive, and I think I could just buy a pair of leather boots and then I just buy the boots instead. It's I can never bring myself to buy trainers just for the sake of wearing them for fashion. Like it's just one of those things. Like maybe one of these days I'll invest, but not at the moment. Not especially now that we don't go out as often because of COVID. I couldn't. What I will do is buy a new pair of flip-flops. So. Oh. But yeah. Oh gosh, why did we talk about shoes for so long? Why was I talking about shoes anyway? See, this is just my bad tendency. I am a big believer of shopping therapy, right? So every time I feel bad, I start thinking about buying things, which I mean, it works. It makes me happy when I have it, but it's probably not a good habit to have because I spend a lot of money on things that only give me momentary happiness. So shopping therapy, that's a bad thing. But so now that I'm talking about shoes, I'll probably like end up looking at shoes after this stream. No. No, but I can't buy shoes online because I have a finicky foot size. Because my feet are considered slightly bigger than the average female. Like they're on the big side. But like not just that they're big. They're like broad. I have broad, like my front is very broad. And also I have flat feet. I have like a flat foot problem. So there's a lot of shoes that don't fit me. So I have to try shoes on. I can't just like buy shoes online because they 9 out of 10 they don't fit me well. And then I have to give them away or return them. So it's just a waste of time. Just get art comms instead. No, see, I like buying art commissions, but the problem with buying art commissions is they're not instant gratification. Like you have to wait for them, right? And with shopping therapy, the importance is that you get your whatever you bought almost immediately, right? And I've fallen trapped to this a lot. Like, for example, like building my keyboard. That was another thing that is a shopping therapy thing. But like all the parts, they took like 2 months to arrive, like, and in like separate pieces. So like I got my key switches first, then I got like the plate, then I got like the PCB, then only the case came, and it was just like I couldn't even put it together when I needed it. Like I couldn't even put it together because I didn't have the damn case to put everything into. So buying things that don't arrive within like the immediate few days, you just forget you've done it because you don't get the satisfaction of that shopping therapy. So you end up spending more because like I'll be like, well, I'm not happy because I haven't gotten like the satisfaction of whatever I've just spent on arriving, so I'm gonna buy this other thing, and then I end up like buying multiple things, and then when they arrive I don't want them. I mean, like with art comms I never don't want them, but I'll always be like, because like an art comm can take anywhere between like a week to like a year to arrive for all you know, like depending who you commission, right? Like, you know, an artist could be really really busy and then it takes like a year for it to arrive. And I'm the type of person, I don't chase people for art comms because I myself am not very reliable when I take art comms. So I'll just wait, and then when they arrive I'll be like, oh thanks, I forgot I got this. Like I completely forgot. It's like getting Christmas even though I prepaid for it. My prepaid Christmas gift. So like to be honest, I find the most immediate satisfaction is buying like things that get shipped to you almost immediately, or like buying things immediately at the store. Like that's the real shopping therapy, like because you have it. It's like when you want it, it's in your hands. And online shopping is dangerous for me because things don't arrive on like immediately. So, but I really like online shopping, so it's a problem. I recently I've like resorted to like, I do the online shopping thing where I put everything in my cart and then I go to checkout and then I close the tab, because then if I buy it I'll realize like I don't need any of whatever the hell I just put in my cart. But then they'll still be in the cart, and then every time I look at the cart I'll think maybe I want this, but I never get it. Like I've had these like really cute I think, what is it, double-walled glasses, like the animal shaped ones, in my shopping cart for like about 6 months. I keep thinking I'm gonna get them, but I never get them. I keep thinking, well, if they're in the cart and they're on sale the next time I open it, I'll get them. But they're never on sale, so I never get them. And it works because it makes you like, it gives you the illusion of doing the shopping, but you haven't bought it. Art. But with art commissions, oh yeah, speaking of art commissions, right, like, gosh, I should like just not have Skeb send me like notifications when artists I'm following open their comms, because like I'm always tempted. But I think this month I can't afford any more comms. I've spent over my budget this month, so it won't be until next month. But then like an artist I really like just opened their comms and I'm just like life is so much struggle. Skeb is a dangerous place. But I just find it very like anxiety inducing because I don't know what I'm gonna get. Like I like having price lists because I know exactly what I'm paying for. And Skeb doesn't have that. Skeb has a, you pay me this amount and I'll draw whatever the hell I want. And you don't get to say anything about it. The dream is to be able to afford your own comms money plus simping money. I mean, I have a day job. I can afford to simp slightly. Like, small simp. I try not to like dive too deeply into simping because I feel like that's an endless pit for me. Like I spend a lot on gacha, so to be honest, the dream for me is to earn enough to gacha so that it doesn't cost me anything. Like from that's my goal, is to earn enough from doing VTuber things that I don't have to pay for my own gacha. Like I don't know if, because I get, that's the thing, the shopping therapy thing, right? Gacha is the instant gratification if you get what you want. It's actually really dangerous because gacha targets like vulnerable people like me that rely on shopping therapy. Because we keep thinking we're gonna get what we want to get the next roll. So we keep buying, right? And there has been games where I've spent entirely too much on. Oh yeah, I was digging up like old screen caps. Wait, let me show you my dark history. Like this isn't gacha, but it ties into like the excessive spending on mobile games. This is my dark past. Wait. Jajan, this is so old. I keep it to remind myself never to do this again. I did not sleep for approximately 2 weeks. I spent so much money for nothing. If you think about it. Like, I spent, cause this rank was within the top 1000, which is like a tier 1. That's the only tier where you can get 5 copies of him to max his level. I spent almost 2 weeks not sleeping. I slept like 2 hours in intervals. And I sold my soul to this game. For nothing. If you think about it. Because like, now they've like basically phased out the old game. And now it's all like the rhythm game and stuff. And I can't even use him in the new game, right? Because they've been like, oh yeah, we're just gonna archive all your old stuff. But yeah, I keep this to remind myself not to do this again. I think, which is why like whenever I see games that have ranking in it. Oh, my music stopped. Oh, whenever I see games that have ranking in it, I'm always just like, yeah, I am not touching this. Because I think that kind of element is very dangerous. Because at least with gacha, like everyone has a chance of getting it, right? With ranking, you're limited based on how much you spend. And sometimes even that's not enough. It's how much you spend while not sleeping. It's how much you spend on the game. Like, you have no life outside of that game for those 2 weeks. It was so unhealthy. Like, I was working like a full-time job at that time as well. So I would constantly take breaks to rank on this game. And like, I developed really unhealthy habits when I was playing on Stars. Like, it was just really terrible overall. Like, it's not a good time. So I had to quit that game cold turkey because I was addicted. Like, it's really hard to admit when you're addicted to a gacha game, but like I was addicted to it. Like, I would rank even when I said, oh, I'm not gonna rank this event, and then I would rank anyway. And it became a destructive lifestyle. So I've purged almost all my mobile games. I have a few, but I've heard I still have a few. Like currently I have Grand Blue Fantasy. I have Arknights. Arknights is currently my like most dangerous one, I would say. And then I have Mahoyaku, which is Mahotsukai no Yakusoku. It's Promise of Wizard. I was really into it for about a month, And then now I'm a bit more chill about it, but I've realized that that game has a really scam gacha, so I'm not gonna spend on its gacha anymore. Other than that, I downloaded the other Happy Elements game, but like I haven't looked into it. I might stream it because I'm interested in the story, but I don't know if I'll like get into it, so I might like stream myself playing that game if that's allowed. I might do it on Twitch, since I think on YouTube they might delete their content. But like I have a folder called Trash, and it has OnStars in it and FGO. Like I had to delete a lot of games like Idolish 7 and stuff like that as well, because it was just like when it was there I would feel like spending on it. Oh yeah, I have Twisted Wonderland as well, but like to be honest, the gameplay is so boring I couldn't bring myself to play it. I keep just like waiting for an anime, which I know is gonna come eventually. I feel like the story is interesting and like I like the characters, so I want to read more, but I hate the game. The day I hear about Chronor Curlab in Mobage is when I will cry. Oh gosh, but like speaking of like Chronor, I was like joking the other day. I was like, oh guys, you know, since we're having like mangaka drawing like VTuber designs now, like wouldn't it be great if Miwa Shiro draws a VTuber design? And then my my Kanae stan friend was just like, well, he didn't draw a VTuber, but he's drawing Chronoir. And I was just like, oh my god, they look so good. Wait, let me see if I can find that picture. Gosh. My real thick. Wait, I can't find it. It'll be easier if I just search my friends' pictures, because I don't think they post as many pics as I do. No, they post a lot of pics. Oh, okay, there we go. It's so nice. Wait. Guys, look at this! It's so good! I was just like, I can't believe I get to see Chronor and Miyashiro art style. That's amazing! Like, I'm so excited for this music video. Look, 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 look. He looks so cute. Let me pat him. He looks really cute. Let me pat him as well. But yeah, they look really, really good. Gosh, like, Miwashiro's line art is just like art goals. Like, it's so interesting. Like, I would say the way he composes and draws things is a huge inspiration of mine, even though it doesn't reflect in my art style at all. Because I think I'm just like really inspired whenever I see his artwork. Like, it just like gives me so much life. Like, his art is so dynamic and like so unique to him. Like, nobody else can create something that looks like this, I think. He just has like such a special style. And I was like, that's just art goals, to have a style that's so unique that if someone sees it, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's this person's style, you know? But yeah, this looks amazing. I'm really, really excited to see the complete music video. They just like, they teased that this project is happening recently, and that's it. But yeah, like, I can't believe like the amount of like professional mangaka getting involved in VTuber things. I think, like, to be honest, that's where the business is right now because of COVID, right? Everyone's stuck at home, so when you're stuck at home, what do? You look at things online. And what happens online? VTubers happen online. That's it. That's what's happening. That's why suddenly there's so many. Like, even, like, not even just saying EN VTubers, like, not even just indie VTubers, like even professionals, they're just like, oh, suddenly this is like a viable marketing option. Like, everyone's like prioritizing us. Like, people are stuck at home, they're spending more time online, so they're spending more online in general. So anyway, gosh, that was just like weird Niji Sanji simp hours. I think Yeah, I think in terms of like the professional ones, I follow Niji Sanji VTubers more than Hololive because I have less interest in girls. Like girl VTubers, most of them don't really interest me much, so I think they appeal to an audience that likes cute things. And I'm just like, I like cute things in moderation, like in small dose. But I don't really like, I don't really like, say, this is probably unpopular. Like, I know, like, for example, Picora is really popular. Like, but every time she talks, it drives me insane. Like, I've heard so many times people copying the konpeko thing, and I'm just like, no, stop. It's only cute when she does it. But yeah, I can't do the really cute idols. Like they're not my thing. But more power to you if they're your thing, is what I always say, because that's why there are so many VTubers. It's so we can all pick our own favorites. Stan Shacho. That was the most important part. Like when people do the Genki friend next door voice. Oh, you mean like my cute voice? Hello everyone! Good morning! It's me, your best friend, Asara Seal! I shut the fuck up. I can't speak in a high voice for like long periods of time. It drives myself insane. Like I can hold the voice. Like if I really wanted to, I can speak like this for like however long I wanted to. It's just that like every time I hear myself, I feel like my soul is like, you know, like my soul is like imploding on itself, and it's like, no, why are you talking like this? Why do you keep talking like this? Like, why do people like it when people talk like this? I can't do it. Like, I mean, I can keep talking like this, but it's like, why would I do it? Why would I subject myself to this? But yeah, anyway. I can do this sort of voice as well if I really wanted to, but I don't. I never want to talk like this usually because it makes me very like, I feel like I'm not projecting when I talk like this. But there's a lot of VTubers that talk like this, and I'm convinced that's not their natural voice. They're just constantly talking like this, and I don't know how they don't get tired talking like this all the time. But like, yeah, especially with like the girl VTubers, like I think they're almost all of them are putting on a voice, and I'm just like, oh, I don't actually like feel like it's bad for them to fake a voice. I just always think like, don't you get tired listening to yourself? Like, don't you just want to go crazy sometimes? Yeah, I can't do it. Like, the longer I talk in a voice that's not my normal voice, it like drives me insane. Okay, I think it is about time. I need to start getting ready for day job. So, I'm probably gonna end this now. Thank you so much for dropping by. My next stream will probably be tomorrow. It's a gaming stream. I'll be doing it at Twitch. I'm like super close to like the affiliate requirement. So like, if you haven't already, please like check me out on Twitch. It is the same as my Twitter username, Asara Seal. I tentatively put Fall Guys, but I may play other things as well because I'm bad at Fall Guys. Thank you so much for dropping by. Hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead if you're in my time zone, or you know, hope you have a great night and sweet dreams if you're in the evening time zone. Thank you. Bye.